Parent-teacher conferences. The parent-teacher conference is extremely useful tool. पेरेंट-टीचर इस्तात्जा और वालिदैन की कॉन्फ्रेंसेस जो हैं वो बहुत ही मुफीद तरीक़ाकार है, एक मुफीद आला है, but it shares 3 important limitation with informal letter. लेकिन इसकी 3 limitations हैं बहुत ही अहम. First, it require a substantial amount of time and skills. इसके लिए एक अच्छा खासा टाइम और स्किल्स चाहिए होती हैं. Second, it does not provide a systematic record of student progress. दूसरा, ये स्टूडेंट के प्रोग्रेस के हवाले से कोई बाकायदा रिकॉर्ड मुहैया नहीं करता. थर्ड, some people are unwilling to attend conferences and they cannot be enforced. कुछ लोग जो हैं वो कॉन्फ्रेंसेस जो हो रही होती हैं उनको अटेंड करने के लिए राज़ी नहीं होते और उनको फोर्स भी नहीं किया जा सकता. पेरेंट स्टूडेंट टीचर कॉन्फ्रेंसेस आर फ्रीक्वेंटली convened in mainly states of USA. पेरेंट स्टूडेंट टीचर कॉन्फ्रेंसेस जो हैं वो बाकायदगी के साथ अक्सर औकात वक़ू पज़ीर होती हैं अमेरिका की बहुत सारी रियासतों में एंड सम अदर एडवांस कंट्रीज़ और दूसरे तरक्की याफ्ता ममालिक में. इन द US this has become a sticking feature of charter school. Some schools rely more on parent conferences than written reports for conveying the richness of how students are doing or performing. In such cases, a school sometimes provides a narrative amount of students' accomplishment and status to augment the parent conferences. Other ways of reporting student result to parents. There are also many other ways to enhance communication between teacher and parent. Phone calls. The teacher should contact telephonically to parents of the children to let them inform about child's curriculum, learning progress, and special achievement, sharing anecdote, and invite parents in open meeting, conferences and school functions. Calculating CGPA and assigning letter grade. CGPA stands for cumulative grade point average. CGPA stands for cumulative grade point average. It reflects the grade point average of all subject courses regarding a student performance in composite way. To calculate CGPA, we should have following information: mark in each subject course, grade point average in each subject course, total credit hours by adding credit hours of each subject course. Calculating CGPA is a very simple that total grade point average is divided by total credit hours. For example, if a student MA education program has studied 12 courses, each of 3 credits, the total credit hour will be 36. The average of GPA in all the 12 courses will be the CGPA. The average of GPA will represent GPA. CGPA is equal to sum of GPA divided by total course. Assigning letter grades. Letter grade system is almost popular in the world, including Pakistan. Most teachers face problem while assigning grades. ज़्यादातर टीचर ऐसे हैं जिन्हें मुश्किलात का सामना करना पड़ता है जब वो ग्रेड्स दे रहे होते हैं. There are 4 core problems or issue in this regard. इस सिलसिले में ये 4 बुनियादी मसाइल हैं. पहला कौन सा है? What should be included in letter grade. लेटर ग्रेड में क्या चीज़ शामिल करनी चाहिए How should achievement data be combined in assigning letter grade? What frame of reference should be used in grading? And number 4, how should the contribution of letter grades be determined? Determining what to include in a grade. Letter grades are likely to be most meaningful and useful when they represent achievement only. If they are communicated with other factors or aspects such as effort of work completed, personal conduct, and so on, their interpretation will become hopelessly confused. For example, a letter grade C may represent average achievement with extraordinary effort and excellent conduct and behavior, or vice versa. If letter grades are to be valid indicator of achievement, they must be based on a valid measures of achievement. This involves defining objectives as intended learning outcomes and developing or selecting test and assessment which can measure these learning outcomes. Number 2, combining data in assigning grades. One of the key concerns while assigning grade is to be clear what aspects of a student to be assessed or what will be the tentative weightage to each learning outcome. For example, if we decide that 35% weightage is to be given to midterm assessment, 40% final term test or assessment, and 25% to assignments, presentations, classroom participation, and conduct and behavior, we have to combine all elements by assigning appropriate weightage to each element and then use these composite scores as a basis for grading. Selecting the proper frame of reference for grading. Letter grades are typically assigned on basis of the following frames of reference: performance in relation to other group members, relative grading; performance in relation to specified standards, absolute grading; performance in relation to learning ability, amount of improvement. Assigning grades on reflective basis involves comparing a student's performance with that of reference group, mostly class fellows. In this system, the grade is determined by students' relative position or ranking in the total group. Although relative grading has a disadvantage of a shifting frame of reference, examples grades depend upon the group ability. It is still widely used in schools as most of the time our system of testing is norm referenced. Assigning grades on an absolute basis involves comparing a student performance to specified standards set by the teacher. This is what we call as criterion reference testing. If all students show a low level of mastery consistent with the established performance standard, all will receive low grades. The student performance in relation to the learning ability is inconsistent with the standard-based system of evaluating and reporting student performance. The improvement over the short time span is difficult, thus lack of reliability is judging achievement in relation to ability and in judging degree of improvement will result in grades of low dependability. Therefore, such grades are used as supplementary to other grading systems. Determining the distribution of grades. The assigning of relative grades is essentially a matter of ranking the student in order of overall achievement and assigning letter grades on the basis of each student's rank in the group. The ranking might be limited to a single classroom group or might be based on the combined distribution of several classroom groups taking the same course. If grading on the curve is to be done, the most sensible approach in determining the distribution of letter grades in a school is to have the school staff set general guidelines for introductory and advanced courses. All staff members must understand the basis for assigning grades, and this basis must be clearly communicated to users of the grades. If the objectives of a course are clearly mentioned and standard for mastery appropriately, yet the letter grades in an absolute system may be defined as degree to which the objectives have been attained as follows. Number A, outstanding 90 to 100%, B, very good from 80 to 89%, satisfactory 70 to 79%, very weak 60 to 69%, F is equal to unsatisfactory less than